What's up, rollerbladers? Welcome back. In this video, we are going to do round 2 on the Rollerblade TB64 flat frame, the Rollerblade blank frame. So if you didn't watch the first video, let me get you up to speed really quick on my experience. It wasn't that great. Why? Because the groove here, it looks great from this angle, but once you actually start going boot down, the groove starts going away really quickly and you just kind of slide all over the place. So after talking with Austin Paz, after talking with Eddie Chung, these are, they both grooved these in, put a big fat groove in these, and they apparently are much better. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today for the second session on the RB blank TB64 frames. And so it's really two things. One, I'm gonna groove them in really well. And then two, I actually didn't really think much about it because I always skate them, but last video, the first time I skated these, I kept the Flebo buffer in. If you don't know what the Flebo buffer is, I'll show us a video on screen right here so you can at least see what it is. It's just a urethane little, I think it's 2.5 millimeter buffer that helps to dampen kind of the vibrations and sounds and stuff like that, and I love it, and I usually never skate without it, so I don't even think about it, I just leave it on. Well, in this case, this is a tall frame. It accommodates up to 64 millimeter wheels, so it's already a tall frame, and even that little extra couple millimeters is not doing it any favor, so I took that out for today. I stuck with the 58 millimeter Cymatics wheels, 5888s here, 5892s here, so definitely a little bit on the small side for these frames, but I wanted to keep that constant between the two sort of test runs here. I got a couple comments too, is that with the Rollerblade blank, the style of the sole plate, it has that recessed frame where the frame itself is mounted directly to the boot. So it's actually much closer to your foot and effectively makes the frame effective height a little bit shorter, if that makes sense. So I don't believe that these frames, I didn't see anything that said like, hey, these frames are specifically made for the Rollerblade blank. I understand that they would work better on that skate because they would be effectively a shorter frame, but it is what it is. I'm skating them on the Faction Tactical V1 whites here, and love these skates. So we're out here at Hoffman Skate Park. We're gonna give it a round 2. I'm gonna find a nice little curb to groove these in on, and we're going to get after it. Then we're probably gonna go skate a little bit of street and see what it's like in the streets, and I'll let you know what I think at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoy the video, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel for more roller booting content. Let's get these grooved in and test out the Rollerblade blank TB64 frames for the second time. I mean, you can see the original groove right here, and then you can see the grooved in groove right here. So it's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but I think that's gonna be a lot better than it was. So we'll do the other side, and I'm gonna hit this side a little bit too, but I'm gonna try to basically replicate more or less this on both sides. Okay, so far it is night and day. I was kind of expecting it to be night and day, and it has shown to absolutely be. The boot down angle feels a lot more manageable. I think obviously due to grooving them in and the removal of the flubbo buffer, I think it all just seems a lot more manageable. They honestly feel like different frames altogether. I mentioned in the first video that these are basically the size 1 or the smaller sized frames. I'm like size 9.5, so I'm right in between their recommended size 1 and size 2 frames for these blank frames. Still a little twitchy, still a little bit unstable for me. I think a slightly longer wheelbase would be a lot better. But that aside, as far as the grinding characteristics, night and day, man. You know, now I could actually see myself skating these frames and being pretty happy if I skated flat, which I don't. But if I did, these would certainly be a frame I would consider, especially considering that they can take up to 64. So if you really wanted to go skate some big transitions or whatever you want to do, you have that versatility. Like again, I'm skating with 58s. They're fantastic. I've had a fantastic time on them since I've grooved them in, which is no surprise, really. So anyway, we're gonna keep skating. I'm gonna get a couple more tricks here at Hoffman. It is hot. Oh my God, I think it's something like 90. It's well into the 90s, and it is hot. No breeze. But anyway, I'm just complaining. First world problems. I'm happy to be out here. So anyway, I want to get 1 or 2 more tricks here, and then we'll go skate a little bit of street. Probably not a lot because I'm pretty smoked already, to be honest with you. But let's go skate a little bit of street, and then I'll get my final thoughts after that. That weird little Figgy 7 can suck it in. I totally lied. I'm on my last battery. I'm on my last frickin' straw. I'm on my last trip. Yeah, I've been on a TTP kick lately, so I'm gonna kinks the street session. I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 more little tricks. I wanna get a nice TTP. I'd like to get a acceptable TTP. And then, and then there'll probably be something after that, but almost done. My buddy Jeremy, shout out Jeremy, basically taught me these TTPs. He gave me the little golden ticket, little light bulb. But what he said was when you go into that TTP, you almost want to exaggerate putting your chest right over this foot right here. And for some reason, the second I implemented that and actually committed to doing it, this was months and months ago now, probably a year ago. It was like next try I got it. So I'm gonna try to rework those neural pathways here and see if I can get that chest right over that front foot. Might have been a little bit roly-poly, but I'm gonna take it right now. That's gonna be it for this session, the second session on the TB64 blank frames. I mean, night and day. So there's not a whole lot to add from earlier, to be honest with you. Just like I kind of mentioned on the first one, and I mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you're gonna skate these, I mean, highly, highly, highly recommended. And that's the thing is I groove these in, but these could even be grooved in even more. Like, I only spent probably 5 or 6 minutes grooving these in. You probably could spend, almost double the time grooving these things in and make it even better for you. But yeah, night and day, absolutely a full 100% better. Basically everything I said earlier, flubbo buffer taken out and grooving it in, 100% more confidence. I think probably the most important thing, besides having fun on skates,
that is because it's fun,
is being confident in yourself and your ability and your equipment. And you know, the first time I skated these, I was anything but confident, especially with boot down groove tricks. They just, like I said earlier, just slid all over the place. Now that we got them grooved in, nice and locked in place, 100% more confident, not afraid at all to throw backslides, torques, whatever tricks, right? So I'll link to everything. I'll link to the frames down in the description below if you want to go check these out. Thanks again, Tree, for letting me use these. They are 60 bucks. And in the future, maybe I'll skate these. If I don't send them back before then, maybe I'll skate these with 64s. I realize that probably a lot of you watching would prefer if I skated these on 64. They are 64 max, you know, frames here. So again, for what it's worth, absolutely zero wheel bite at all. Not even a lick of wheel bite. Had a great time. Thanks again, Tree. Thank you, Shreddy. And thank you, RB. Anyway, again, check out the frames down in the description below if you want to go check them out. I think once you groove these in, these are a great frame. And rollerbladers, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I will see you on the next video. Take care.